Hey fam, it's Lex. So I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon, and I have been debating about whether or not I was going to share about this part of my journey, but I figure at this point, I've shared everything else. You're all up in my business already. I might as well just give you the whole scope. So I'm going into surgery tomorrow, Wednesday, for a complete hysterectomy. Which is another step along the journey, and for some reason feels more private to me than my chest surgery, which people I don't even know about. But I don't know why, but it does, I guess. And it's a really interesting thing, so I just kind of wanted to reflect on that for a couple of minutes, because I don't know why. I think sometimes getting a peek into other people's lives, other people's windows, helps you be a little more compassionate, even if it's not a story that you can relate to. So, one of the biggest pain points that I have around being trans. Okay, wait. Let me start here. Trans folks. If I walk into a store somewhere, people are going to say, sir. They're going to see me as a man, which is what I want, right? I want to be addressed as male, and I am male. But I'm always going to be a little bit different. I think it's important to say that. I know that there's a sect of trans folks that want to be seen, addressed, and whatnot as being absolutely no different than quote-unquote biological male or female people. But I just don't think that's true. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay for us to be unique in our own way. First of all, we're not a monolithic group, right? So people put their identity together in different ways. There are some trans people who don't take hormones. There are some trans folks who will never have a surgery. There are some trans folks who do everything, never tell anybody, erase their entire past, and move on through their life. And you would never know the difference unless that person happened to tell you. And here's the thing for me. I, growing up, didn't know that transgender was an option. And it wasn't until I got into college that I started to understand what some of that was. I chose not to make that decision until I was 30 because I wanted to be able to be sure, to be absolutely sure that I wasn't making a decision. This is nuanced, but I didn't want to make a decision to get away from something. I didn't want to make a decision to be a man because I was so desperate not to be a woman. I wanted to make the decision to be a man because that's what I am. And I took the time to make peace with me growing up, female-bodied, and what that was like for me. Okay, and this might sound all over the place, but this is all related. That was how I put it together. But there are some things that I've had to make peace with over my journey that I just have to make peace with, okay? And I'm not trying to get too intimate on you, but, I'll never be able to be intimate with my partner in the way that I want to be because I'm not biologically capable of doing that, okay? That makes me different. I didn't grow up as a boy, which means that I didn't learn some of those small, nuanced ways of communicating or interacting or, those kind of unspoken rules. And I know this kind of makes it sound like all men are the same or all women are the same or whatever, but there's some unspoken cultural things that get built in, and I didn't have that experience growing up as a boy, so I've had to learn those as an adult. That's going to make me different. The way that I put together my own sense of masculinity, my own sense of what it means to be a man, and all of those things, they're going to be different because I'm putting them together as an adult, okay? I'm different. I'm not going to be the same as the dude that I meet. And I catch myself sometimes in meeting guys who obviously assume that I'm a guy like every other guy. I catch myself having to edit my language, sometimes edit stories from my childhood or something, because I'm not exactly sure how to deal with it right that second. That's different. We're different, and that's okay, because there's something really unique and beautiful about being able to push through all of the cultural bullshit that we inherit and say, this is who I am, and at all costs I am going to live my life free and absolutely liberated, to be at peace with my body, whole and complete within myself. Did you catch all that? It takes a lot of courage. And there's something really beautiful when you go through that journey. It makes us a little different, and that's okay. But rewind. All this stuff. Of all this stuff, one of the other biggest pain points that I have is never having been able to have children that are mine. Now, I understand. I took anatomy class. I could have had children, but that would not have been authentic to me, okay? I will never be able to impregnate my partner. That is something that makes me incredibly sad. And that's just the raw truth of it. And that's something I have to make peace with, and I have to live with. And it is what it is. So getting a hysterectomy, even though the parts aren't parts that I want, there's something so final about that. And I don't think I all the way understand what that is yet. And I think that's maybe why I've been hesitant to share. I mean, I'm hesitant to share because anything about your insides is a little squeaky anyway. People get a little weird about that. Whatever. I mean, I've told you everything else. So here it is. It's just an interesting thing. It's weird. It's weird when it's like stuff you don't even want, but it's yours, you know? It's like, we all probably can relate to that. Like, you have some story you don't even want to keep telling yourself, but it's your story. Nobody can take it away from you, you know? It's like, it feels like that. And there'll be some very interesting, just like on a physical level, it'll be interesting to see the way that my hormones level out. Will they level out? Will they spike one way or spike another way when the estrogen and testosterone are not competing with one another? What will my moods be like? Geez, if I have no estrogen in my system, God, am I going to turn out like my father? That would be the most terrifying thing I could think of. Just all these like swirling questions. So I'm giving it to you raw. I'm giving it to you the way it feels. It feels confusing, and I feel quiet, and I feel, you know what I feel? If I'm going to keep it real with you, I feel depressed. I feel down. I feel sad. Sometimes I feel like a Frankenstein monster that's being stitched together, and that's kind of up, I guess, right? When you have to go through these big giant hoops just to try and be yourself. Man, it can be intense. Man, it can be intense. And it's okay. And I'm okay. And I'm gonna be okay. But that's just the truth of it. That's really what's going on for me right now. That's where I'm at. Just working through it day by day. So by the time you see this, probably more than likely, unless I get my act together and put this up when I get home, I will be in surgery, likely. If you're seeing this on Wednesday, you know, say a prayer, whatever, send me some good energy. Be healing up quick. God help and bless my family, who's gonna have to deal with me for the next 6 weeks while I'm not allowed to go to the gym. Pray for them, probably more than anybody else. And there you have it. That's just the raw, real story. All right. I love you. Thank you so much for all of the support, for all of the generosity and the love and the kindness. And I want to be an open book. I really do. I want to be an open book. I want to share with people what this is like. So, you know, if you have questions or there's something that you're interested in hearing me reflect on, hit me up. Send me a message. Let me know. I'd be happy to talk about any of it. I know it's up in the culture right now, and you know, I'm good with being raw. All right, fam. Take good care.